Well, how's it going, Patriots? Hope you all have had a great day and a fantastic week. Welcome to another Sunday Sit-Down with CV. Alright, guys, so this week's been pretty good. My students are continuing to be critical thinkers. My teaching has gotten better. My wife continues to be great at her job. So, when it comes time for these Sunday sit-downs, earlier in the day, I start thinking about what I want to focus on. What's the main point for these short little videos. And last night, I still wasn't really sure what to focus on. But today, while at church, we had the head person in charge of the Institute of Creation Research, otherwise known as ICR. This museum research foundation basically utilizes the wonders of science to support biblical teachings. It's actually really interesting. Now, I understand not everyone in my audience here are professing Christians, and that's totally fine. You can believe in whatever you want to believe in. For these Sundays, I really want to start focusing more on looking at the world through my faith, my Christian faith. And again, if you're not a professing Christian, that's totally fine. But yeah, so we had the top guy in charge of ICR come and give a sermon today at our church. And it's actually really cool because he basically countered all the arguments that support evolutionist theory, and how everything was created and all that. And what's really neat about this organization is they use scholarly research, that use science to support creationist. The idea that, God, a divine creator, made everything in his image. And so, you can also believe in this too if you are a Muslim or a Jew, believing that, again, a single creator made everything. Okay? As a Christian, I believe that God made everything and that my path to him is through Jesus Christ. Muslims believe it's Muhammad. But with that aside, the overall sermon was really good because he broke it down piece by piece. He used scholarly journals from the medical field, archaeological evidence. He used historical evidence on top of what you would typically hear at a sermon, which is using biblical evidence. He used all of this to counter every point that evolutionists make. And it's really freaking cool. And so that got me to thinking. There's a word that I teach my kids, and it's called dogma. Now, basically what this word means is a belief in something that is so rooted, so firm, that you absolutely refuse to hear other points of view. You absolutely refuse to be questioned on it. You can find dogmatic principles and beliefs, narratives, in every field: English, history, math, sciences, everywhere. It's very prevalent in history. And so I teach my kids to think for themselves. Don't just assume what I'm telling you is 100% accurate. Like, go out, do your own research. But more importantly, I teach them, don't be afraid to challenge the dogma. Don't be afraid to challenge the experts. Don't be afraid to question what you're being told. Now, I think we all can understand how we can find a modern comparison to this, especially right now. The phrase, the experts, in my opinion, has lost some of its credibility. The experts? Who are the experts? Who are we asking here? What are their credentials? Okay? Where are you getting your information from? What are your sources? These questions are things that I've been taught to ask all the time. But what blows my mind is full-grown adults and kids in some school systems aren't being taught that. They're being taught just accept what you're being told, don't question it, and just shut up and color, right? But yeah, if there's one focus for this Sunday sit-down, it's don't be afraid to challenge the dogma. Don't be afraid to question the narrative, okay? And another thing too, in this short little video, you're going to see little photos I took at my church today. ICR came and they brought some of their dinosaur bones that they have and other pieces of archaeological evidence. And it's really cool how they explain history through a creationist lens. Also, their website link is down below too, so you can learn more. But yeah, so just to give you a little preview, the focus I'll be doing for next week is going to be on challenging the dogma. I'll use different historical topics to show that for so long we've been told one thing, and yet there have been recent discoveries that force us to go, wait a second, time out. That changes a lot of things. That's not what I was told. And so, as you go through these weeks, as you try to navigate through all the chaos going on, regardless of what name you call God, or if you even believe in a God, don't be afraid to challenge the experts. Don't be afraid to think for yourself. Now, that's not easy. If you've watched my previous videos, I've given examples and strategies on how to do your own research. But guys, if you really want to be victorious in this fight, you need to be willing to think for yourself. Don't be a sheep, be a wolf. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Sundays are a day for me to stop, reflect, refocus everything, listen to the word of my God, and get ready for the next week. Being a teacher is mentally exhausting, and so it's nice knowing that I have this time to just stop, recharge, get ready. And with everything going on in the world right now, things are going to get crazy. So, anyways, I love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for everything that y'all have done. It really means a lot to me. Without any further ado, never surrender, never submit. This is Constitution Vet, signing out.